Welcome to the Bullits and Bourbon podcast, where it's not about the bourbon, but more about who you share it with.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bullits and Bourbon. This is episode 39 on a rambunctious, somewhat shenanigan-filled Friday night. This is take two because Daniel, once again, forgot to plug a cord in.
Look, this is why we need to hire a college intern. Just saying, I can't do everything.
So we got a full house tonight. We're missing Craig. Gregory was here and then threw up.
No, let's be honest. There's too many big bodies.
We're packing this side of the bar. But so Craig, I hope you feel better, brother. Don't be a pussy. Moving on. So we got Ty, myself, Jim, and Connor, who's our featured guest tonight, and Daniel, of course. And we're cracking into some really good bottles. We got in batch 1 and batch 3 tonight of Mary Ann Eve's Forbidden.
And this is what's left from last Friday.
Yeah, that's batch 2.
And we only drank it Friday night in the last episode.
And I may have had a midweek pour because
you son
for
of a
science,
bitch.
I know. Yeah. So and this is the bottle of batch 1 that was acquired 4 hours ago, if that, 5 hours ago. And I believe that a bottle is always evidence of how much somebody or a group likes something, and we've already killed that off. So
yeah, and with that said, I think it's about time I pull my cock out.
Like I thought with take 2, I thought we would have to avoid having to look at his chicken cock again, but no.
It wouldn't be an episode unless I pulled my cock out.
Well, show him the shirt. The shirt's
right,
important.
Let me move in here.
Oh, dear God.
Still not sponsored, Chicken Cock.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, every episode, throw you guys out there, throw me a bun, all right?
Or
and if you want to support the cause, go to bullitsbourbon.com, get yourself a Still Not Sponsored shirt, and tell Chicken Cock, sponsor me.
Chicken Cock, I'm at this point where I'm almost pleading with you because we can really push this over the edge to where we can get him to get the Chicken Cock tattoo on his neck. And I'm really looking for a post let me tell you something. Money talks. And we will put a cock on your face one way or another. So you choose.
It won't be the face. No. Chest, maybe.
Chest.
Maybe calf.
Can we reach a medium point where we get the chicken cock and the eye is your nipple?
No. No.
Really?
No fun.
No, can't do it.
Why not?
6 figures, maybe.
There you go. There we go. Any a charity?
Charity?
Yeah.
Charity starts at home.
He's so selfish. Listen, I think we can make a chicken cock on Dan's chest happen. I mean, I feel pretty confident about it. I would like to see it. Not really, but yeah, I would. I'm not going to lie. It's weird. Who cares? So anyways, moving on. You get your cock out of you yet? Did you get your cock off?
I guess. I got my cock off.
All right. So what we've done is we poured out batch 1, Forbidden by Mary Ann Eve's, and
finally, Jason gives me a real pour and doesn't give me a baby fucking pour.
I'm so worried.
So you know he's a little tipsy.
Yeah, I am actually. So before we did that, though, we had Jim kind of backtrack and take a pour of batch 2, so he could kind of get a tasting center on it. And so, guys, sip away. I'm curious to hear what we think about this paired next to batch 2, because batch 2 was in my top 3 whiskeys of all year. So, what do you guys think?
It's really good. Nice. It's like a creamy flavor to it.
I get the peppery taste.
Yeah.
What do you think, Connor?
Yeah, I think it's really unique. As someone that's not been into bourbon for very long, this is something that I haven't had. I think this is actually better than the batch 2. It's more subtle. Batch 2 was bold and in your face. This feels like something I could sip on a lot easier.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this.
Jim, so
I see what you're saying about that after just trying batch 2. Batch 2 is very grain forward, which I like in a whiskey.
Yeah.
I like that. Like, pot distilled stuff. A lot of stuff from Texas is like that. This is a lot, not a lot, but I can see this being an easier sipper. It is a little bit sweeter up front.
Yeah, it is.
Batch 2 was unique.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
It was very unique, and it was good. Man, I don't know if I could rank them. I like them both.
I know that's tough. And I put this up. I said, I wonder which ones. Ty, I mean, what did you think between 2 and 1?
I think one was a little bit more smooth, a little bit smoother. I mean, 2 is smooth as well as own unique way. But I thought 1, I really enjoyed that one. Just a little bit. Both are great.
It seems that 1 is kind of pulled ahead.
I don't know. I'm sticking with batch 2. Batch 2 was just for me. It was a little bit smoother.
I mean,
no. Yeah. But no, batch 2 to me, it had the flavors I like and I prefer. I mean, this does have that peppery and bacon spice taste to it, which I like also. But there was a back end flavor kick on the batch 2, and it had a good linger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the finish really made batch 2 for me kind of.
Yeah, I think the finish on batch 2 is a little bit better than batch 1.
Ooh. So I pick up on the nose on this. I pick up pecan and citrus. Maybe I can't tell if it's tobacco or leather. It's somewhere in the middle of that. But it's really nice on the nose. The mouth feel and the palate on this one, I get a lot more of the citrus, like orange peel. Is it orange peel?
Like orange
zest.
Like an expressed orange.
Yeah,
like you get in an old fashioned something like that. Yeah, I can see that.
And nuts. It's got kind
nuts?
of
nuts. You taste nuts. Nuts.
There are some tasting notes we just shouldn't use. But yes,
check those out, no problem.
The nuts I could taste in my mouth, and but the thing is, when I get the nutty taste out of bourbon, it's not my favorite tasting note. Well, that's my only.
I don't mind
fault.
it. Like once you said pecan, I got that on the nose, and now I get it kind of on the palate, just like a not a candied pecan or anything like that. Just and. Like when you say nuttiness, a lot of times it's like a peanut shells kind of thing. Like, but this isn't like that at all.
This
is
more.
Peanut,
it's more of a sweet nutty taste to it, and the finish on it is kind of a buttery, creamy finish. It's long. It's a really good finish. I don't want to take anything away from the finish on this, but I distinctly remember with batch 2 being. You remember, I was blown away by batch 2's creaminess. Like that to me, batch 2 was the knockout. This is very, very, very good. Man, it's tough though. It's really hard to rank 1 against 2 because they are both very absolute bangers. But they are just different enough where you're right. Batch 2 is very grain forward, and maybe that's why I favored batch 2 because I tend to prefer grain forward. But the overall, just the essence of both of them are just powerful. They're just really, really, really good whiskeys.
And those are the comments by Ambassador to LaFave.
Jesus, here we go.
And thank you for your service.
Okay, so any event. So right now. So all in favor of batch 1, raise your hands.
I go 1.
Go 1. So 2.
I have to go 2.
So we're still very close. So the challenge is going to be next week on batch. Challenge is going to be keeping the bottle sealed for a week.
Before we much left.
Before we hit batch 3. But I'm really curious to see where that one ranks up. And this is kind of fun doing a continuation of batch 1, batch 2, batch 3. Marianne, please crank out batch 4. I mean, I don't. At this rate, we're not going to have a lot left, and we're going to be hitting the reorder button. So, yeah, you can find this at forbidden.com, correct? Right?
Drink Forbidden.
Drinkforbidden.com. If you check us out on our website after, we'll put the link in there. It's shipping almost everywhere. I feel like the price for this is absolutely 100% reasonable. I don't know.
100%. And I like how quick it gets here.
Yeah.
I've ordered other things online and it takes weeks on end.
Yeah.
Took what, less than a week? Because you ordered it last Friday after we had batch 1,
and it came in this morning.
Yeah, so
my UPS dude hooked me up. So yeah, I mean you can't miss out on this. I mean it's just a really good whiskey, and we tried. We get to try a lot of great whiskeys. So I don't want to take anything away from any other whiskey that's out there, but the Forbiddens have ranked now in my top 10 of the year. I mean they're just knocking whiskeys away left and right. So it's just a testament to the genius that she's able to come up with and do. I mean, I enjoy the hell out of it. This bottle's testament. I mean, here we go. Jesus, one day.
Beautiful bottle too. I mean, it really stands out.
Yeah, it's something I would put on my shelf, and I'm not an experienced guy by any means, but it's something that I really enjoyed so far.
Yeah, it's just a shame though. If you look at Dan, hold yours up. That's batch 2. This is batch 1. Christ on a cross. So in that's I don't even want to talk about
it. A week's time.
Fuck it. Yeah, I know. This is like it's so tough because great whiskey, you wanna consume it, you want to drink it because it's that good. But then when
that's why they make it,
you look at the bottle, and you're like, fuck, where'd it go? Well, down my hatch. So we've got Connor was very gracious. He brought over tonight. He brought over a Takara Gold, Blanton's Takara Gold, and this might be one of the most or more sought after bottles. Would you guys say that's fair
when it comes to Buffalo Trace products?
When it comes to BTAG products, so. We're gonna sip this, but before we do, Connor has to go through the initiation process. And Daniel, I would really love to see you pour him some of the mystery bottle of our bad whiskey.
All right, you get a glass?
Well, yes, we do.
I see that infusion in there. I'm not excited.
Oh, it's a Boggers United glass. It might taste better just because it's going in there. So. For those of you who have never listened to the podcast, this is a bottle that shall not be named because I don't want to be sued. And it is perhaps our worst whiskey we've come across. And we're really, every guest that comes on, this started with Jim. Thank you, Jim. And every guest that comes on, you got to take a sip out of it. And listen, John, last week, he brought us a pretty bad bottle of whiskey. He returned fire properly, and we appreciate it. We look forward to it. So, Connor, give us your thoughts. Yeah, hit it. Let's do this.
On the nose, it kind of reminds me of the smell of like a sticky bar floor at 3 a.m.
That's a wonderful tasting note. Yeah, I'm curious now about the palate, like a men's urinal.
A urinal cake.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not good. It would be tough to kill a bottle of this.
That's why there's still about 8 ounces.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've got a ways to go.
After 39 episodes,
4 years.
That's a 4+ year old bottle, and this bottle was pawned off between my brother and I on several occasions, trying to get somebody to take ownership of it.
I'm surprised you didn't take it back down to him on your most recent trip down.
Well, yeah, but see, remember I had that very, very bad incident at the store with the particular sales reps there where I kind of made a fool of myself and I had to buy another one. So when you insert it's why I cover the bottle. When you insert your foot in your mouth the way I did, you end up paying for it literally with your Discover card, which I did. So yeah, and truth be told, I went down to Gainesville and I said, we're not going to spend money on whiskey. This is such a
you lying?
Why you lying? Yeah.
So since you don't want to spend money on whiskey, how about we drink some of Connor's Blanton's right there?
Okay, so I will pour. Yeah. So what about the finish on that, Connor? He's like, I don't want to talk about it. It's just horrible.
It's like sour.
Is it the worst thing you've had, or have you had worse?
I mean, I've had like White Dog Mash. In my opinion, is pretty bad. If you've ever had that, Willet Pot Still.
Oh God, I almost spilled that bottle.
It's up there with those ones.
Yeah, that's a very divisive whiskey because
Willet Pot Still.
Yeah,
people
like it. I don't.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan at all.
Will you pass this down? I think Willet doesn't get enough credit for what they do. Are you going to hold the mic like you're a sideline reporter?
Look, if not, it's like I'm making out with Connor.
You're fucking Aaron Andrews right now. Make out with. Don't be afraid.
Maybe like
to get
3 more
close.
drinks.
Okay, all right. Let's do the Takara Gold. I want to know specifically: is this the best Blantons? And this now covers all of them except for I think 3, the specialty ones, like the Nike Air Jordan, version or
there's a lot of
there's a lot.
I got something to say about that after we sip on this.
So salud. Let's see what we do here. Oh, smells great.
Smells like bourbon.
Yeah,
tastes like bourbon.
We're taking all the notes away from Dan.
You know what? I'm going to have to say this definitely beats out the Master's Keep Voyage.
Stop, man! Come on, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's up there. It would have to be a coin flip. I would like to put them head to head, blind taste.
And that was in your top 3, right?
That's my top 1 for 2024.
Oh man, I don't know about that. Ty, what do you think? I mean, is this better? Is this better than regular Blanton's Gold that we tried and that we have?
It is a little bit better.
Really?
It has like a zingy taste to it, like a little zingy.
There's a lot more zest to it. I haven't had this in years. And when I did have it, I had it under financial duress, which means they poured it, and I looked at the cost of it, and I was like, what the fuck?
You know who's not under financial distress? Michael Jordan's son.
And we will get to that. Golly.
No, I think that it's actually distinguishable between the
Gold.
U.S. gold and this.
And the Japanese gold, yeah, the Takara, yeah. Jim, what do you...
Yeah, we were talking about this shortly before we started the podcast about word on the street is that these are aged a couple years longer. Although there's no age statement, so there's no way to really know. But I do pick up on a heavier oak note on this. Heavy caramel, a little bit of honey.
The honey I get.
Like a nutmeg, baking spice.
Get the bacon spice.
Yeah.
Citrus. I get a huge citrus bomb.
I always get like some type of orchard fruit, like an apple peel kind of note on Blanton's.
I'm not going to... To me, the finish is the most important part. The finish is good. The finish is very distinguishable. The only other one that I really celebrated from the Blanton's lineup was the gold. Did you get to try the gold tonight?
Yeah, I've had the gold.
Okay, so you've had them fresh. You're pairing them both, and you would say this edges it out.
I think this kills the gold, honestly. I haven't had this straight from the barrel, but this is probably my favorite Blanton's by far.
We're going to have to pour you the straight from the barrel. But the problem with straight from the barrels are not consistent because they're barrel oriented.
Single barrel.
Right,
so you're going to have variation from
so
barrel
you
to
get a
barrel.
great one, and then you could the next one you pop up and could suck. So, man, I don't know. I think this may tie the Blanton's Gold, and that was my favorite of the Blanton so far.
Well, this is gold. It's just from a different country.
Yeah.
You just got to spend a little more and
It's high
import it.
That's high gold. Everything they do is better anyway. So.
Exactly.
Cultural appropriation.
We're gonna nosedive into that. So, yeah. So, Connor, I mean, thank you for bringing this bottle. It's really cool to see. To the younger, I hate to say younger generation because man, it makes me feel old as fucking balls. I don't know about you, but
How old are you?
But me, I'm beautiful. Is that the answer? I'm middle aged. I ain't as good as I once
like
was.
a Scotch.
Fine. Yeah, like a fucking full barrel of Scotch. So Connor, you're what? You're 23.
Yep, 23.
23, wow. and you really kind of represent the next generation of the real whiskey drinker. The ones that are coming up as, and I don't know, I think this is arguable, but we saw in the late, in the late 2000s or 2015, we saw the bourbon market start to climb. It got stupid again. It got real popular. And we all kind of were like, it's going to crash, right? It's going to crash. It hasn't really done that yet. So a lot of bourbons are overpriced by our standard. I mean, you've been over enough where you've heard us be like, man, I used to get, Blanton's or whatever used to be sitting around. It was no big deal. And from your perspective, must be like, really? And so you're coming into this, and you've already, at 23 years old, you've already kind of developed a very mature palate for whiskeys, and you have a definition of what you like. So how did you walk into this? Was this just by chance, or?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Some of my buddies were into bourbon before me, and I wasn't really into it. I didn't like it at all. But I think, like coffee, it's like kind of an acquired taste type of thing.
Yeah.
And then for my brother's bachelor party, we went down to Kentucky and did the bourbon trail. And I think more than anything, the history of it kind of cultivated me. Going into places like Castle and Key and Woodford Reserve and seeing the history behind it and the things that go into a good bourbon really got me into it. And then, of course, there is some hype around it. Right now, I think that you can argue it's bigger than ever right now.
Yeah.
And I just got into collecting it, and started trying different things, finding out what I like, and now I have probably 100 bottles almost, and
well
not stopping there.
Yeah. So
Man, I remember when I had 100 bottles.
Yeah. It's also when I had 2 kidneys. It was about the same time. Yeah, so now, how long ago was this that you jumped into it? Was this?
It was about 7 months ago.
7 months. Wow. Yeah. He's on pace. He's gonna wreck the record. So now you were a Division I athlete, football player, right?
Yep.
And offensive line, big hog molly, pushing people around, hurting people's feelings. So you didn't drink whiskey at all when you were doing that. You didn't.
No, I was a big twisted tea and natty ice guy.
So what's that experience like? I mean, going from a D1 athlete, and obviously, I mean, we gotten to know you and we like you, and we can tell you're very bright. You move off of the offensive line into the kind of the real world. What's that been like from those days when you get to push people around and just have fun on Saturdays?
It's definitely a lot more relaxed. I think people fail to realize that playing football at a high level it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
So you're doing football probably 30 hours a week. You have to study for it like you study for school. But outside of that, I mean, it's been a lot more laid back. I can focus on different things I like. I mean, I was really into hunting and fishing before I went to college, and all that stuff kind of disappears.
Yeah.
This is a hobby I picked up outside of that. So, I would say overall just more laid back. Body feels a lot better.
Yeah.
Your knees and shoulders take a beating. So some people are built for it and they could do it forever. But for me, I'm glad to be done.
Yeah. Well, the O-line is not the easiest position. People don't give the O-line the credit for the athletic ability that they have, and they bulk the O-line up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was a defensive guy, and I remember watching the coaches tell the offensive guys, like, hey, you got to consume X, Y, and Z. You got to put on 30, 40 pounds in a frame.
Here we go, Jason living his glory days. Thank you.
I bet you I can hit you down with football. I bet you I still got it. Coach, put me in. I still got it.
Was NIL
with that
around?
said, were you playing during the NIL when the NIL money came in, or that happened after? And what are your thoughts on that NIL deal?
So unfortunately for me, NIL really became a thing during my senior year. So by that point, it was too late for me. But guys at my level that played at my school are making money off NIL, anywhere from a couple $100 to $1,000 a semester. And we're not really a big school, so just to make anything is kind of surprising to me.
Yeah.
But I think NIL is great. People don't realize how much these players work and what they put into the sport. I mean, it consumes your whole life from what you eat to what you do every day. A lot of these guys lose out on experiences that other college students get to have just because they're playing a sport. So I think getting paid to play the sport, and when there's people coming to the stadium to watch you play, you should get paid for it.
Yeah.
So it totally makes sense to me.
How do you feel with it, though, with the amount of transfers that are happening now? I mean, it feels like, for me, growing up a college football fan, and I mean, that was my sport. And now it's like, who you love today could be gone tomorrow.
No, that's absolutely true. I've had some of my best friends transfer out, and to be honest, they do it. It's in their best interest to do it. Because it's a business after all.
Yeah.
Some of these kids go, and if you're transferring to Alabama, you might make $1 million for doing it.
Yeah.
So for them, it's worth it. In the fans' perspective, it might seem selfish or whatever, but I think really at the end of the day, you can't really blame these guys for doing it.
No, and Dan, you played football, and I played baseball. This has been going on forever, whether or not we want to admit it. Boosters and awkward payments and awkward recruiting have been going on forever.
Yeah, I played D2, so I wasn't D1, so I really didn't see any of that on the D2 side. I mean, maybe you're starting quarterback, starting running back, from the boosters, but visually I didn't see it on the D2 side at all.
I mean, I think we can safely assume that Southern whatchamacallit, SMU.
SEC.
Oh, gee, I knew you were going to come after SEC. I was staying away from it. Don't play or hate on the SEC. But we know it goes on, and now that's kind of been to some degree kind of tamped out with NIL. I mean, you now it's legal.
Well, I think it's great because it gives those smaller schools a chance to really compete, and you're not going to have the same teams every year at the top of the rankings.
Yep.
You know, because now other schools can do it legally and not worrying about getting banned, fined, suspended by the NCAA.
No more mystery shoeboxes with money on your doorstep.
Yeah. Well, and still you have that. I mean, feel free to disagree. And Connor, you would probably know this best because you're most recent with it. But the NCAA is a mismanaged group of fucktards. They just are. I mean, if this hurts your feelings, I got an idea for you. You could drown yourself in a bowl of small piss water. I don't really give a shit. But you have fucked the sport for so many years consecutively that it led to the NIL. You led yourself down the road to court action, and so the only people we have to blame are the people that have advocated against it for years, and that's the NCAA. They can't get their shit straight. I mean, it's just otherwise we wouldn't have been down this road. I mean, because of the NCAA, we had to wait how many years to get NCAA football back on Xbox?
Oh, yeah.
Shit. Let me tell you something.
we know that's all you've been doing lately.
I got a dream team. I'm just saying.
But talking about comebacks and waiting for years.
Well, Kim Kardashian made a comeback.
Yeah, that's a different video we're talking about there. Okay, that's a different video. No, I'm talking about Martavius Bryant.
I don't think he had.
I don't think I would have ever imagined him coming back to the NFL since 2018.
Yeah, that's
It's a long break.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you're even in playing shape at this point. I mean,
I think they dropped
come
the
on.
kicker to add him to the roster.
I mean, come on! Didn't you just say you were ready to be put in, coach?
who, me?
Yeah, you.
I'll be put in to watch the game on the sideline. I'm not. My shoulder hurts. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
2017,
that's what,
right? Or
2018.
So
that's what, 6 years?
Is it?
6, almost 7 years.
My math isn't good. Yeah, I carried the one. Yeah,
It's a long time, football years.
That's crazy because some people's careers aren't really that long.
Yeah.
So to not play for that long, you do got to remember that these guys are freaks. So,
yeah, especially receivers.
Yeah,
they are athletic freaks.
A guy like him, he probably runs a 4.40, 6'5". I think he's a pretty good candidate to play.
Washington needs all the help they can get.
Yeah,
I mean, but now weed being legal in just about every state. Is he going to be able to stay clean?
What?
DC, he's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's ask Antonio Brown. Where's Antonio Brown?
Bankrupt. Did you see that one?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Bankrupt. Say goodbye to that mansion.
so what happened to this dude, right? I mean, all the talent, but and it goes with receivers to a degree. True or false, Connor? Receivers are they're bred from the beginning
Absolutely.
to have big egos, right?
Absolutely, yeah. They think that they're the primary star of the show.
Yeah.
Look, don't bash us. All right, that's my position.
What receiver? What receiver? The left out?
Look, I play slot back for Gannon University, so calm down.
As a receiver?
As a receiver.
I thought you were a punter. You got the build of a punter.
I'll punch your ass across the room. That's what I'll do. But no, you figure those quick slants, getting rocked by a linebacker game after game, you're going to take some injuries.
Good for you.
Your head's going to rattle around.
That's why we put 12 of you on a roster.
That's right.
You're like that string on a certain, we throw you away when we're done.
You motherfucker.
You should try a line, Dan. It's like every play.
Yeah. And
Just your head getting smashed.
Yeah, but you guys are taking 2-3 steps. Like what? Snail's pace.
Connor,
we got those jets on. We got those jets on.
We weigh 325 pounds, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we What's 180, 200 pound receivers going up against 240
Your
pound
ass doesn't
linebackers?
even weigh close to 200 now, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, I'm 230 right now. What you talking about?
You're 230.
I'm 230.
And I'm a swimsuit model.
Want me to jump on the scale?
You want to do this on camera?
Fuck yeah.
Are you sure? Because there ain't no shame in my game. I'll two-step the fuck out of that scale.
Look, we don't need to break a scale.
So I do got to ask, Connor, what was your heaviest weight that you had to carry when you played? Were you tipping 3?
I was very close to 300.
That's hard.
And that was, they wanted me to gain weight at that point.
Because you're what, 6'2"?
Yeah.
6'2"? So yeah, Jesus. What was the heaviest guy you had on your O-line?
We had guys that were in the 360s, 370s, tackles.
Fuck, man.
And the crazy thing is about some of these guys is they can move.
Yeah, they're running 5. They're running
slow.
5. Yeah.
And
They're
nearly
athletes.
400 pounds. And they can bench 500 pounds and squat 700.
So when they hit you going at full speed to block you, they're taking Jesus and all the angels with them.
No, that was one of the big shocks going into college football is everyone is just as good as you.
Yeah.
You go from high school, and honestly in high school it was a breeze. It was really easy. You could pretty much do what you want. You go to college and it's a shock. You get killed by some guys.
Yeah.
So what was your meal plan to keep that weight up?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll give you a Friday night meal. Papa John's had a...
Yeah, boy! Papa John's! Oh, sorry.
They had a 1 topping, 2 large pizzas, and a 2-liter. It was like $22.
Fucking 2-liter. Wait, was it 2-liter Mountain Dew?
A liter of
I
cola.
always got the Pepsi.
A liter of cola. Wait, did you get the dipper, though? The garlic dipper?
Of course.
Oh,
yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
That's my boy. I like this one. Yeah, hell yeah. Papa John's, some of that garlic dip is... Sweet Lord.
You'd eat 1 pizza for dinner and kill the 2-liter, and then you'd eat the next pizza for breakfast.
God. Man. And then what did you do for lunch?
Lunch was just a lot of pasta and burgers. I mean, we're pretty much forced into the dining hall, so
Yeah.
you eat whatever's down there. Pizza. It was probably 6,000 or 7,000 calories a day.
Wow.
What about Taco Bell?
I mean, that kind of sounds like what Martavius Bryant would probably eat after a little puff.
Look, so they didn't have you on the Taco Bell plan.
No, but we are on the McDonald's plan.
Yeah. So I'm a huge taco.
You're on the Taco Bell plan now?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Live Moss, motherfucker. So no shit. Did you hear that Taco Bell is bringing back their classics? Mexi Melt is coming back, bro.
I thought you were going to say they were bringing the dog back. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Listen, Mexi Melt is the ultimate after coitus meal.
Coitus? What the fuck are you on, the Big Bang Show?
That's an SAT
Are
word.
you hanging out with Sheldon? Bro. Come on.
That's
coitus?
That's an SAT word,
That's
man.
some shit my dad would say. Me and your mother was having coitus.
I was trying to keep it PG.
They're doing churro bites too? Are they bringing those back too?
Get the fuck out. Are you serious?
I don't know.
Ooh.
You know what they need to bring back is that double-decker taco
They
supreme.
haven't come, it's coming back.
They need to bring that
Double-decker,
back.
the Mexi
The double-decker
Melt.
needs to come back.
The nacho. Yeah, I'm telling you.
I was almost suicidal when they took that off the menu.
Well, you seem to have recovered well.
The double decker. It was 2 double deckers and the 2 hard tacos. That was what I got when I was younger.
What
The time. That was my
double
order.
decker?
What they really
I
need
love
to
the
do is
double
bring back
decker,
their
yeah.
original prices. I
Wow.
went and got a chalupa and a chicken quesadilla, and it was like $15. I was like, jeez.
Speaking of Taco Bell, the boggers, they usually have these shares, and they're notorious for having upscale food.
Oh, yeah.
And,
They have one caviar.
bougie. And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So it was a joke that why don't we do a anti-bogger share where we have Taco Bell?
Oh, my God, I'd be there.
You missed it. We had Taco Bell. Taco Bell does not do catering.
They did for this
But
one.
they got catering. The manager went out and bought trays and all this shit.
Oh, man.
But the bill,
How much?
it was over like I say like $400 to $500.
I would crush the fuck out of that.
I was
place.
eating the shit out of it. Yeah,
Let me tell you something.
but it was like it fed like I don't know 25 people.
The thing that I love about Taco Bell is when you're in the mood for it, it is so fucking good. But then when you're done, you go through the 4 stages of grief. There's shame. There's regret, there's guilt, and then there's pain. We all know where the pain.
The pain's the next day.
The pain's the next day.
For me, usually. Yeah.
But you know what? With all that said,
I'd have a
with all that said, I bet you Michael Jordan's son wishes he would have went to Taco Bell instead of sitting out on the patio waiting through the road. You know what I'm saying?
So I glossed over that shit when it first came out, when Michael Jordan's son was doing little nose candy, and then little
Some booger sugar.
It can't be
little
as good
booger
as-
sugar.
and everything I've heard, it's not as good as the stuff from the 80s and 90s. It's all stomped on and
When you say stomped on, what do you mean? Like you got like they're doing like a Zulu dance on this shit or something?
yeah, they're breakdancing on that bitch.
So the other thing that you had brought up about Michael Jordan's son doing some blow, and this shit blew my mind, and I'm having a hard time with this, but he's banging Scottie Pippen's wife.
Yeah, ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
Yeah.
So
I bet you Mike put him up to it. All that shit Scotty was talking. Hey, I can't do it, but go fuck his wife.
Some mind games.
So not only does Scotty have to live in Jordan's shadow the entire time, but he's had to live in Jordan Jr.'s shadow, right?
Do you think Jordan Jr. was saying Scotty doesn't know?
He's like, Scotty doesn't know. Oh. Man, I mean, how do you deal with this if you're Michael? If you're the great, if you're the GOAT, how do you just kind of laugh like?
Oh, you dapple ball. Good shit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, -10 on the whole Coke deal, but plus 30 on the whole bag and Scottie Pippen's wife.
Yeah, come on. You know you do that shit in the bathroom, not open in the public.
That's crazy though. I mean, that's turned out to be a pretty big trending topic. I mean, but at the end of the day though, the kid is just. He doesn't play anything.
He doesn't play.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? If you're gonna do a little bit of coke, smoke some weed, nobody gives a shit anymore. And they're plastering it all over social media, like, oh no, Michael Jordan's son's doing coke so bad.
I think the bigger story is he's banging Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
That's the bigger headline.
That's the bigger headline. We're missing out on what's really important here. I mean, Pippen's bitter, dude. He's been bitter for a long time.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to say it.
See, it would have been a lot better if there was a picture of Jordan Jr. doing a lot of
layup?
coke. No,
Off
doing
her ass?
Off her ass.
Holding up.
I mean, if you're gonna go big, go big.
Yeah. Man, I tell you what. As far as listen, sometimes you got to break them. You got to break them off something. I mean, that's what he did.
It's like breaking some moves on the dance floor and breaking.
Well, yeah. Speaking of breaking moves
And being on drugs, because I'll tell you what, that Australian team, man, Australia. I know you're down there where nobody's looking, nobody's watching. You're an island in the middle of nowhere.
RayGun,
Mr. Children,
I didn't realize we were watching Tuskegee Airmen. She's back on RayGun.
RayGun, baby.
Listen,
they was on some like they had to be on some. You know what's going to be a good idea?
drug test him.
They had to be on drugs to put his wife in the Olympics and just completely rig the system.
Okay, so the way this is going now is this. Of course, when they did that ridiculous kangaroo bullshit, up and down fucking jigaloo dance crap they did, it was funny. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
But it come to find out that RayGun, as her bebop beto breakdance down under name is, she and her husband actually, there was no Olympic committee for it in Australia. And so
no, there was there was trials, And they set up their own trial team.
They set up their own trials. So they were the master and commander of choosing who they got to have on that squad. And they turned down several indigenous peoples that were national or internationally known breakdancers. Guys from northern Australia, Tasmania, some of the people that were really good. And
well, the first female she went up against the trials smoked her. The video's out there.
Yeah. So listen, I'm gonna let's go through this with a little bit of organization. You fucking cheat your way into the Olympics. Okay. Nah, I mean, I buy it. It happens. Okay.
I mean, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I mean, listen. If it was me and you saw me out there ready to do the pole vault, I think we'd all have some fucking questions. How this fucking meatball? What is he gonna do?
That's no dick hitting the bar. That's just all belly.
I guarantee you, when I hit that bar, you're gonna know. But
I would pay to see that.
But then she goes, and her first move is a fucking kangaroo. Are you serious, Australia? You can't have a kangaroo move. Come on. And, this is where I get really emotional about, matter of fact, I need a drink. You come out there. Would you like
some cock? Chicken cock.
You come out there wearing some green Asics pants and some fucking white New Balance shoes. Did you not have blue jean shorts?
Where was the Adidas? If you breakdancing, you know damn well you got to have Adidas.
Yeah. I just can't. I don't know how, as a nation, Australia. Listen, I deploy with your lads. You guys are cool motherfuckers. You got to square this shit away. This is bad, bro. Like bad. She cheated to get in there. She did a fucking kangaroo dance. I mean, it looked like me jerking off. I mean, I didn't say it out loud.
A complete mess.
Edit that shit out. What the fuck?
Oh no, there's no editing. This is raw,
uncut, unfiltered.
I'm just saying, it was not pleasant. So
no, but I will say.
I will say that's what his wife says every night. This is very unpleasant.
As fucked up as it is that they cheated again, whatever, it was still extremely entertaining to see all the videos and reels.
No, I watched that video. I watch that video like 10 times a day.
Oh,
I laugh my ass off.
Yeah,
every time.
In the reels they cut her out and they put her in different videos. Oh, I got so many laughs out of that. I mean, it
looks like an SNL skit, and it's
it does.
It almost seems like they were trolling the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that was the theory. Is it okay? So the people know she's a cultural history professor at some fucking university in Australia, right? So she's got a PhD. They're making this big deal. Oh, she's got a PhD. And listen. There are a lot of smart people with PhDs who are fucking dumb. I think she fell in that category squarely on her head.
That doesn't make you any better at breakdancing.
Listen, she may be the first admitted PhD holder to be a breakdancer. That alone could have scored her points. But when you go out there and you throw up your first move, she threw up the kangaroo like Snoop would throw up West Side. Like she was just all about.
You know what I want to see? I want to see what Shaq has to say about it.
Man,
well, you know, Shaq used to breakdance.
Shaq Fool.
You know, he used to breakdance back in the day.
Wasn't.
And I ain't even talking about like cheesy ass. He used to legit breakdance back in the day.
He breakdanced some. She broke some shit.
Well, I'm not talking about breaking backboards. He legit breakdance.
Was this on the Shaq Fu album?
I was the same thing about Shaq Fu.
No. After the podcast, I'm going to show you the video, and I'm going to put it up on the Patreon.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
I don't know how. Listen, this Olympics was whacked the fuck out. I mean, I watched more of this Olympics than I watched the last two.
Same here.
It started off interesting with their opening ceremony. We'll leave it at that. The Turkish shooter, my man, straight John Wick. He's gangster. And then listen, our American gymnast who got cheated out of the bronze because some fucking crybaby whiner cried because I don't know whatever fucking stupid rules they have and. Gymnastics.
They're talking about splitting it now. Yeah. I don't even know how do you split a medal, but anyways.
Especially at bronze. Like, it's not worth that much anyway. Fuck it,
It's
the principle. So I got a question, because you mentioned the opening ceremonies.
Yeah, I didn't watch closing.
So they had no issue with something that's a very hot topic. But then did you see about the Brazilian surfer?
No.
And his surfboard. So the Jesus statue in Brazil with the arms.
Yeah.
So he had that on his surfboard, and they wanted him to remove that because it was offensive and against the Olympic.
Personally, I would tell them to fuck off.
I'm like, your opening ceremonies just voided anything you can fucking say. Shut the fuck up.
Shout out to Gojira. I don't know if you guys are into metal or not, but that was
his.
The band that played Gojira.
Oh no shit!
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I've been a fan of them for years, and that was
a good
fucking awesome performance. Yeah.
It was very interesting, just from front to back. And I'll applaud the Brazilian surfer for that because quite frankly, like you don't get to have it both ways. If you want to express yourself and then somebody else, eat it. If you don't like it, you're going to piss off the wrong amount of people, and at some point, you're going to get freaking whacked. It's just how it happens. I got bad news for you.
Look, we're definitely going to edit that out due to recent events. There's nobody being whacked. Nobody's whacking anybody. We're going to say that for legal purposes. Nobody's being whacked.
I'm saying whack on the back of the head. Relax. Oh my gosh.
Save your whacking for later.
Say that shit right now. Whacking for later.
Yeah. Fuck. Everybody gets so literal. God. No, but great Olympics overall. As far as our performance, we tied for we took medals. We won the medal count. We tied for gold. There are some improvements.
What was that, Jordan? Is that instead of saying Jordan? Is that what we're doing now?
Yeah.
Every time you blow your nose.
But hey, listen, we're not. I don't know if we should be happy or sad about the fact that breaking is not going to be in LA.
Darn.
Are they going to have like Skid Row Olympics? Like homeless?
That would be so much more entertaining than the breaking.
You recruit the best 4 homeless from every country and you have them run a race?
Let's be honest though. How did breaking even make it to the Olympics?
I don't know.
I mean, when you see some of these legit breakdancers, it's impressive. It is extremely impressive.
I agree.
But here's the thing. You see the other thing they want to remove for the next Olympics? Boxing.
What?
They want to remove boxing from the next Olympics, which is just mind-blowing, where you can jump on a trampoline, you can walk around with a fake horse.
They got badminton.
That was not an Olympic event. The fake horse pogo stick riding. That was not an event.
I was gonna say that's
not.
No.
That would have been pretty dope. I know what I'm training for the next 4 years. I know what I'm training for now.
I know what sport we will all fight. We will take up. We'll open the safe right now and march on them. We do not want to see women synchronized swimming ever go away, do we?
No.
No.
That shit is impressive.
Yes.
Because they really know how to hold their breath.
Yeah. Listen, I'm here for the underwater upside down kicking stuff. That's incredible.
Did you see him moonwalk?
I didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
Moonwalking while they're upside down underwater.
I saw.
That is insane.
We saw something.
I saw a lot of stuff. I missed that.
Yeah. But they're bringing baseball back.
And softball.
And they're bringing softball, thankfully, because as our women, they'll destroy everybody in softball. Like, they're badass.
I heard it actually holding the softball in Oklahoma City.
They are.
LA.
Yeah.
Nice. So I have something that you brought up, baseball. And there was a comment made by a U.S. men's track star that, talking about football and everybody else, you're not world champion.
Yeah. And what's his name responded back?
Yeah, from Miami responded back.
What's his name?
He used to play for KC.
Fuck.
It's going to drive me nuts. I can't think of his name. Tyreek Hill. Thank you. Tyreek Hill. But here's the thing I got to say about that. At first I was like kind of on the NFL side, but I was like, the U23 just played that world tournament and got smoked by Japan.
Yeah.
Football. Japan.
Football. Yeah.
They're fucking little.
Yeah.
It's Japan.
Apparently they broke them off a little bit of it.
They got broke off by a couple people. I'm like,
I don't know. Listen, I want to see what happens to the city of LA between now and then. Olympics have a way of healing cities, or at least making them look better.
Or putting massive Band-Aids on them.
Yeah, putting massive Band-Aids.
Until they leave, and then it looks like Skid Row afterwards.
It's like Sarajevo the day after the invasion.
Kind of like how San Francisco cleaned up their problems when China came.
And then it looks like they went out and took a big shit on their
look at Paris. They spent, I think I heard $1.5 billion cleaning up that river, and then they still had people thrown after swimming in it.
Yeah, listen, I've been to that river. Dan, you've been to that river. It stinks.
And I'll continue to say it. I'm not a fan of Paris.
I'm not.
I'll go to Toulouse. I love Toulouse. But just like Philly, fuck Paris.
Damn, call Philadelphia out.
Yeah, been there twice. Not impressed.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Hey, listen, the bright spot is, Dan, for at least you and me, because we like real football, the Premier League and, professional soccer, football has started. Football. And our Tottenham Hotspurs, I would be remiss if I didn't say this, we kick off the season on Monday
at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So, Coys, get it done, boys. Let's get the season going in the right direction. And by the way, fuck Arsenal and Man City and Chelsea and Manchester United. Peter, don't get mad. But this is just how we have to do it.
I didn't see the flag up yet.
It will be up because they won today. So
it will be up Monday. The Tottenham flag will be flying Monday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. One way or on his house. That would be splendid. Yeah. So, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Bullits Bourbon episode 39. We can't thank you enough. We had a good time tonight. If you're interested in anything that we showcase tonight, the Forbidden by Mary and Eves or the Blantons, we'll put some links in there, links to our episodes and our merch page.
You ain't gonna find the Blantons gold to
You will.
Come on.
You better.
Nobody's gonna pay for that.
www.
The
Empty your wallet.
The Forbidden, yeah.
The Forbidden, yeah, definitely.
The Forbidden.
Yeah, so we'll get that up there along with our Patreon site as well, guys. We can't thank you enough for being supportive of us, and as always, until the next episode, stay thirsty, my friends. Cheers.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast of Bullits and Bourbon. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.